And the thing about being good and righteous or whatnot is that it sounds completely dull.
Nonsense. It is an honor for me to fulfill the vows of my order, to serve faithfully, and forego the pleasures of the flesh.
The flesh? Do you mean women?
Someone like you couldn't possibly understand.
Welcome viewers to Diablo 3. This is the Season 15 Necromancer. So, let's get into Greater Nephilim Blitz here.
Are you strong enough?
And you will see how much damage these guys do. So first, easily get myself into the pyramids, but I'm trying to get into that molten area right there, so we're gonna do some excuse me.
All must serve the cycle.
Of the Dead that I just have first round on because I liked it. So now we're just gonna move on and cast the skeleton army.
I'm afraid not.
Nice.
You shall find corpse.
Ooh.
No.
So the idea is to let your minions do all the work, and then you can see my army of the dead is now fully charged, not because of my level up, but because of the skill of my graphical set.
I cannot do that.
So we've been over there, so we need to come over here.
That is not possible.
Get him because he's out of our range. My army of the dead. Okay, so we're gonna move on to level 2 right now. Grab this. Ooh, okay. Remember, let your minions do all the work, but you can also attack, but I wouldn't recommend that you use to attack, so then you can activate your skeletons with the frenzy rune and then here. Okay. Then for a defensive option.
Do not fear the end.
Okay. Go over here. We get all these guys. so that's it for this area here. So now we need to go this way. Army of the Dead.
The night embraces you.
Let's grab that right there. Welcome, viewer, to Diablo 3, Season 15. Army of the Dead.
Decay
freezing.
and rot.
Okay. Let's grab that, so we can get the speed bonus if we extract.
I'm afraid not.
If we can get any. So, here we need a guess.
Do not fear the end.
If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section. Oh god. Army of the Dead here. Man. Back off from him. Okay. On to level 3. Okay. So we're gonna need to use some skills here. And you can easily see how much damage we can do.
The night embraces you.
If you guys are new to my channel, feel free to subscribe to my channel and you'll get more of this in the future. Yes! The Guardian has shown himself. Okay, so let's see, I think we need to go this way, then down. Army of the Dead here. There we go. So
let's see what we can do.
So I always like this one because the Bane of the Powerful. You gain 20% increased damage for 52 seconds after killing an elite pack that you can equip to your jewelry. So we need to get this. And that is how you can get the part of a season journey. So now we're going to return to home. And we're going to go to see Auric.
Well fought.
Well done.
Yes. Okay, so time to show you my abilities here. So we have Jurishith and Skull Scythe, and then we have the Skull Shield as well. If you have a 2-piece of this, when the target of your command skeletons dies, your skeletons are automatically commanded to attack a nearby target. So that is very good. While you're in, and here's the second bonus of your 2-piece set of this set. While your skeletons are commanded to attack a target, all of your minions deal 400% increased damage. So that one is very useful, but for this right here, the Rothma skill in the set, if you have a 2-piece, my advice to you guys is get the command skeletons, get the frenzy rune that increases the damage of their skill attack rate. So your minions have a chance to reduce the cooldown of the Army of the Dead by 1 second each time they deal damage. So each time your command skeletons deal damage to an enemy that is an elite pack or just a normal enemy, this 2-piece set has a chance to reduce the cooldown of your Army of the Dead. But if we get into the 4-piece set, you gain 1% damage reduction for 15 seconds each time one of your minions deal damage. Max is 50 stacks. So, if your command skeletons deal damage, you can see a 1% damage reduction for 15 seconds. So it's a speed running type of set here. But with a 6-piece set, each active skeletal mage increases the damage of your minions and Army of the Dead by 1,000% up to a max of 4,000%. So, if you have a socket, put a topaz. Each one except the helmet. Put a diamond in it. That decreases the cooldown of all of my skills by 12.5%. So, and we got ourselves, oh, it's this one. It's not really worth it, but it's very good, against, so, then we're gonna go on to our skills here. So, bone spikes with the bone pillars. That will increasingly gain you more essence for this type of mage. The skeletal mage, clarity. It consumes all essence to summon a powerful minion. So, that increases the duration of a powerful minion. But then we're going to go to our command skeletons with the Frenzy Rune. So, with the Frenzy Rune, commanded skeletons go into a frenzy, gaining increased attack speed for the duration. So, that is how in the Skull Shield and the Skull Scythe go into this, because after the first enemy is down, they move on to the nearby enemy, and that goes on and on and on. So it's a speed running. Then we're going to go to the Army of the Dead. So we're going to choose the Blighted Grasp. Hands rise from the ground and deal damage to enemies. So that is how we get our damage. But I really don't like this rune right here. Skeletons will rise from the ground and attack nearby targets. Random targets, but I seriously like this one right here. Then we're going to go to the Aurora of Rarity. So, becomes an aurora that curses all nearby enemies. The range of this effect is increased by your gold pickup radius. But, if we go here, there's the Devour skill. And we're going to go to Cannibalize. Each corpse consumed also restores health. So that is why we need that skill and that rune. That if you're just in a greater Nephilim Rift, or you're trying to get the Hellfire Amulet and Ring as well, some of those bosses are quite challenging. So that is why we need that skill. So we're going to go into our passives. So each time you consume a corpse, consuming a corpse increases your movement speed by 3% for 5 seconds. This effect can stack up to 10 times. So we need that as well. Then we're going to go to Extended Solitude. Increases the duration of your skeletal mage and revive minions by 25%. So, we only needed skeletal mages for this effect, but not the revived minions. Then we're going to go into Blood is Power. After consumably losing 100% of your maximum health, all abilities cooldowns are reduced by 20%. This effect cannot reduce an ability's cooldown more than once for each time that ability is used. So, you can choose a different ability or a final service, but I think I like this one better. Then we're going to go to Rathma's Shield. You can lose life for 4 seconds after using Land of the Dead, Army of the Dead, or Sakarum. Then we're going to go into our Paragon levels. I would advise for you guys to put 25 points in movement speed and put the rest in intelligence, vitality, or essence. So then we're going to go to our offensives, this Paragon levels. So I would advise for you guys to put about 50 into cooldown, duration, critical hit chance, and critical hit damage. Then we're going to go to our defensive Paragons. Get your armor to
that
about
is too
50,
expensive.
and then put some in resistance all and life per generation per second, and some in life as well. So now we're going to go to our utilities. Resource cost reduction. Make sure you put that in. Then you can put in life per hit, or area damage, or gold find. Sometimes gold find is not really that useful. So my advice to you guys is area damage, resource cost reduction, and life per hit. So we have my follower here. My advice to you guys is use the Enchantress. Level 15 is for charm, not a forceful push. And then we're going to go to level 20. Reduces damage from ranged attacks for you and your Huntress. Missile ward instead of powered armor. Increases armor and slows melee attackers for you and the Enchantress. Then we're going to go to level 25. Erosion conjures a pool of energy that deals damage and causes affected enemies to take additional damage. That is very useful. Don't forget to pull that. Focused Mind, an award that increases attack speed for you and the Enchantress. I wouldn't go for this one. Mass control hexes a nearby group of enemies, but I would go for this one right here. So that is it right there. So now onto the video. So we just need to kill Adria at level 70 or higher. Equip Kanai's Cube with armor, weapon, and a ring legendary power. So you don't get any special bonuses in the first chapter, but in the second chapter you can easily see that you can get 2 of each armor set for each type of hero. So now, but for you guys to get the set in a dungeon is to go to Caldeum and go to level 1. Go here and you will find the Sacred Path. There's a few enemies in here, but with your level, you really don't have any time. So we're gonna choose Army of the Dead here, and
Decay and rot.
See, told you. So. Here's where you will find the set dungeon. Right here. So, Dungeon of the Bones of Rathma. So, here's the set dungeon. Dungeons of the Bones of Rathma. Your primary objective is to use the Frenzy Rune of your command skeletons. And you need to get the Skull Scythe and Skull Shield. That once the target dies, they will move on to the other opponent. That increases the duration of your cooldown for your Army of the Dead. So, then we're going to choose Devour. For this one, I would choose the Skeleton Archer or Gift of Death. Not this one, Life Support, because if you saw, taking fatal damage will fail the dungeons, so you don't need to do that rune. So, you don't choose the Life Support rune for your Skeletal Mage, but choose Gift of Death or Skeleton Archer. But if you have the ring, which I clearly do not, I would go for the ring that increases your Skeletal Mage. Instead of 1 popping out, you will get 2 at the cost of 1.
Tyrael, it's been interesting for me to see all of these places where you
So now we're gonna do some
I've heard so much.
Nephilim riffs here. So now we're just on empowered level 36, but
your adventures with Leah and Cain.
give me a sec. I'm gonna open this to the public. We're gonna choose just the regular rift.
Like I was there.
So
They were.
So now we can shoot.
Many Nephilim have stood where you are now, but few succeeded in.
Yeah, that would be me. So we're gonna choose army, the skeletons, and now you see how much damage we can do just by these the 2-piece sets of the Skull Scythe and the Rathmas. So we're going to continue onward here. Make sure you're very close, but not too close. And we got a legendary piece. So now we're going to continue onward here. Army of the Dead, pop off. And let's get these here. And then we're going to go here. Okay. So now we're gonna go this way, but I might have took a wrong turn, or I did not. Wonderful. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of these guys first because Army of the Dead. Don't forget to pop off packs. And Treasure the Goblin. There we go.
That is not possible.
Okay, back off.
You fire corpse.
Ooh, a legendary item just dropped. Okay, so we're gonna go onward. Army of the Dead. So now you can see how much in the cooldown we're not going to have because of that two-piece set of the skulls. Ooh, another legendary item.
This world can abide you no longer.
And Zabel as well. Or you can use the Army of the Dead for an offensive or defensive. So
the grave beckons.
okay, let's grab that rune there.
I have trained well. Decay and rot.
Okay, follow me with that.
I'm afraid not. Weakness consumes you. The night embraces you.
The Rift God
Has blessed me.
So now that one is done. So we're gonna go to right back to town here. And we're gonna speak to Oric again. And there we go. And let's see what our legendaries we got. Not a very good one. Your resource generation and damage is increased by 25% while moving and decreased by 23% while standing still. Really now? So let's see. While you activate the Land of the Dead, it's not a very good one. But for the cube, I would seriously recommend that you get the Ingeum. This will be increased well for the Land of the Dead cooldown. Your skill cooldowns are reduced by 10 seconds for 15 seconds after killing an elite pack. So after you move on and on and on, there's a glove that lets you spawn in a pack of elites at a shrine. I think it's in the rings, I think. Yeah, here we go. That's the ring I was talking about. So, the Circle of Nulli's Evil. So, let's see here. What do I need to complete here? I still need to get the ring, or do I have enough? No, I need to get the Rest March Holy Water. So, let's kill one of these two bosses here. Asmodan and Adria. For these two. Alright, Adria, where are you? she's in... yeah, right there. So, was it Espadin? Yeah, Espadin. Okay. So let's kill Espadin here, and then we can kill Adria.
Fear the end.
It goes the passives. It's okay.
Wait longer.
First chest.
I am overburdened. Can abide you no longer.
Done. Let's grab these here and then we can return back. But that will be end of the streams. But if you guys like to see more, leave a like and leave a comment. But if the comments are disabled, I'm sorry about that. But subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of this, and I'll see you guys later. Peace for the Necromancer.